You once wished to be stronger. You once wished for a better life. You once wished to become someone even you could respect. And now, life is giving you the training to become that person. Your dark days are not punishment. They are preparation. Most people want strength, but hate the feeling of being weak. They want growth, but run from the discomfort required to change. They want a different life, but fear letting go of the one that's keeping them stuck. What they fail to see is this: everything you asked for comes with a cost. And that cost is the dark season you're living through right now. You're not struggling because you're failing. You're struggling because you asked for something bigger than who you were. Life is simply pulling you upward in the only way it knows how. By demanding that you grow. In the next few minutes, you'll begin to see why your darkest moments are actually the doorway to the life you once begged for. And once you understand that, the battle inside you will never be the same. Most people look at their dark days and ask, "Why is this happening to me?" But that question keeps you trapped. The real question is, what is this trying to make me become? Because every season of pain has a purpose. And the harder the season, the greater the version of you waiting on the other side. Life doesn't test what you don't have. It tests exactly what you need to build. When you feel alone, life is teaching you self-reliance. When everything falls apart, life is teaching you resilience. When people leave, life is teaching you to stop depending on validation. When the path gets dark, life is strengthening your ability to walk with uncertainty. Every challenge is targeted. Every difficulty is designed. Nothing you're facing is random. You might not see it yet, but you're being shaped, quietly, painfully, intentionally, into someone who can carry the life you asked for. People pray for strength, and then complain when life sends them struggles. They pray for confidence, and then run when life gives them situations where they must stand alone. They pray for growth, but resist the very pain that causes it. Life is not denying your request. It's delivering it, through pressure. And pressure is uncomfortable, because it's supposed to be. This is not the part where you give up. This is the part where most people give up. And that's exactly why you shouldn't. There's a reason life feels heavy right now. You're not being destroyed. You're being rebuilt. But rebuilding is violent. It requires tearing down the weak parts of you. The fears, the doubts, the excuses. So a stronger foundation can take their place. Growth doesn't feel like growth when you're in it. It feels like breaking. Like losing control. Like everything familiar is slipping out of your hands. But that's how transformation works. You don't rise by holding on. You rise by letting go. If your life feels unstable, it's because you're being pushed out of who you used to be. You can't become the person you're meant to be, while clinging to the person you were. The discomfort you feel right now is proof that the old version of you is dying. And you should let it. It was built for survival, not greatness. It was built for the life you had, not the life you're trying to reach. The stronger, colder, wiser version of you cannot grow on the same soil. That's why everything feels chaotic. That's why things are falling apart. That's why you feel lost. You're not lost. You're shifting. This is the part where most people run back to what's comfortable. But comfort is not your friend. Comfort is the cage you're trying to escape. Stay in the discomfort. Stay in the uncertainty. Stay in the silence. Because this is where the new you is forged. There comes a moment in every dark season when something inside you quietly changes. Not loudly, not dramatically. Just a click, a shift. It happens the moment you stop asking, "Why me?" and start saying, "Try me." Because there's a point where pain stops breaking you and starts training you. A point where you stop resisting your struggles and begin absorbing their lessons. A point where the darkness stops feeling like punishment and starts feeling like preparation. That moment is the beginning of your rise. You may not feel stronger yet, but you're becoming someone harder to break. Someone who doesn't collapse when life gets heavy. Someone who doesn't need applause, approval, or an audience. Someone who builds quietly, heals privately, and grows relentlessly. This is the shift that separates people. Some stay stuck in the story of their suffering, while others use the same suffering to rewrite who they are. And you're choosing the second path. Otherwise, you wouldn't still be here. You wouldn't be listening to this. You wouldn't be fighting for a life that only the strongest parts of you can reach. The world won't notice your shift at first. That's fine. It wasn't meant for them. This is internal work. This is silent evolution. This is you building the person you asked life to make you become. Let the shift happen. Let it change how you walk, how you think, how you face the next storm. Because storms don't stop coming. But you're learning how to walk through them without losing yourself. Pressure isn't the enemy. Pressure is the sculptor. It shapes you in ways comfort never will. Everything you said you wanted. Discipline, strength, self-control, confidence, a new life. None of it grows in comfort. None. It all grows in the moments when you feel like breaking. But choose not to. You think you're tired? You're not tired. You're transforming. You think you're failing? You're not failing. You're being sharpened. You think you're being pushed to your limits? Good. Your limits were the problem to begin with. Life will keep applying pressure until you stop being the version of yourself that can't handle the future you asked for. You wanted peace? Then life will force you to confront everything inside you that destroys your peace. You wanted strength? Then life will strip away every illusion of weakness. You wanted a better future? Then life will break every habit, every pattern, every comfort that has been holding you back. You aren't being punished. You're being prepared. Life heard your request. And now it's demanding that you become someone worthy of what you asked for. So don't run. Don't numb it. Don't hide from it. Lean into the pressure. Because pressure is proof that you're being rebuilt for a life bigger than the one you're living now. The world teaches you to be loud, to prove yourself, to show your progress, to announce your transformation. But real strength grows in silence. Not on the days when everything is going well, but in the nights when no one sees your struggle. Not in the victories people applaud, but in the battles you fight alone, with no witness, no encouragement, no guarantee. That's where your power is built. Every moment you choose discipline over comfort. Silence is shaping you. Every time you keep going without validation. Silence is hardening you. Every time you fall apart but refuse to stay broken. Silence is rebuilding you. People think darkness makes you weaker. It doesn't. It removes the noise, so you can finally hear the truth. You only need yourself. Your dark days aren't just training your strength. They're training your focus, your patience, your character, your ability to move without applause, to grow without permission, to rise without being seen. This is the kind of strength that can't be taken from you. Because it wasn't given to you. You earned it. Alone, quietly, painfully. And when you finally step back into the light, you won't be the same person who walked into the dark. You'll be someone calmer, someone sharper, someone unstoppable. Not because the world believes in you, but because now you believe in you. There's a reason your heart feels heavy. Not because you're weak, but because you're learning one of the hardest lessons in life. What to let go of. Pain is not just a weight. Pain is a messenger. It shows you exactly where you're still holding on to things that no longer belong to your future. The people who left, they were never meant to go where you're heading. The habits that no longer satisfy you, they're not aligned with the person you're becoming. The situations that keep breaking you, they're simply revealing what you must outgrow. Growth always requires release. You cannot carry your old life into a new chapter. And that's why it hurts. Because it's not the letting go that breaks you. It's the attachment. It's the memories. It's the identity built around things. Your soul is now trying to move beyond. But your pain is not here to punish you. It's here to guide you. It's showing you who drains your energy, who disrupts your peace, what habits sabotage your progress, what patterns keep you locked in circles you were meant to break out of. Pain is clarity. Pain is direction. Pain is your internal compass saying, this version of your life is done. It's time to move. And once you understand that, you stop fighting the pain and start listening to it. You begin to walk away from what no longer grows you. You begin to distance yourself from what no longer respects you. You begin to detach from what no longer reflects you. Because the truth is simple. Your next chapter cannot begin until you let go of the parts of you that weren't built to survive it. There's something you haven't noticed yet. You're rising. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but quietly, in the way strong people always rise. You don't see it because transformation isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't ask for attention. It changes you slowly, silently, from the inside out. Look closer. Every time you refuse to give up, you rise. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you rise. Every time you walk alone rather than follow the crowd, you rise. Every time you break a pattern that once controlled you, you rise. You think you're stuck, but you're not stuck. You're stabilizing. You're learning to stand on new emotional ground. You're learning to handle life without collapsing. You're learning to endure without breaking. That's growth. That's maturity. That's evolution. The person you used to be wouldn't have survived what you're handling right now. Read that again. You're not behind. You're not failing. You're not weak. You're strengthening in ways only dark seasons can make you strong. You're becoming someone who no longer reacts out of fear. Someone who no longer crumbles under pressure. Someone who no longer needs the world to understand them. Someone who is calm in chaos and unshaken by uncertainty. This is the part of your rise that the world can't see yet. But they will. Soon. Because when you evolve in silence, your results make the noise for you. Everything you've faced, everything you've survived, everything that tried to break you, was part of the training. Not to hurt you, but to prepare you. You asked for strength, so life gave you challenges. You asked for growth, so life removed your comfort. You asked for peace, so life taught you who to let go of. You asked for a better life, so life demanded a better you. This is not cruelty. This is alignment. The struggles you've lived through weren't obstacles. They were instructions. They were lessons. They were the shaping force behind the person you're becoming right now. And whether you see it or not, whether you believe it or not, whether you're ready or not, you are becoming that person. One day, you will look back at this dark season of your life and realize something powerful. It didn't break you. It built you. It didn't weaken you. It hardened you. It didn't stop you. It started you. This is your turning point. This is your rise. This is the moment you stop running from your darkness and start using it as fuel. Because the truth is simple, and you've known it all along. Your dark days are training you for what you asked for. So breathe, stand tall, and keep going. You're closer than you think, and stronger than you know.